Harlem is very dear to me. Born and raised here. I call the atmosphere of it the Harlem heartbeat. One of the last few places in New York City that has that culture still contained. When you walk out of the subway, you can really feel it. Get a sense of belonging when you feel the Harlemites at play, and again, that culture and that heartbeat, it's got a soul there. The last film I produced was also shot in Harlem, and so having that experience showed me that you don't really need to go anywhere else. We can shoot right here. I am Cameron Carr, the director of Harlem Fragments.
How about we do a little rehearsal between you guys, and we can just go for it.
As a kid, was always kind of making VHS videos with my sister and hopping around our house making different films. The filmmaking that I want to make, it's always some type of vulnerable filmmaking, and I think that's kind of the authentic approach, and it gives you this really interesting narrative to create content with.
And action.
Harlem Fragments, in its core, is basically around, fragmented memories. The whole film is meant to be a family photo album, kind of like one of those scrapbooks that you have. And so that's kind of the way it's pieced together in those stories.
After we do this last one, we're gonna have a moment where you stop knocking and you're just like, kind of like on your knees, sitting in front of it.
For this film, it's speaking to these themes that are within Black communities and that so often don't really get discussed or kind of put out into the spotlight. Being able to have agency over that and craft this story with care and intention was something that I was very excited for.
I realized that this was a not so semi-autobiographical script, and that just made it even more special. It's a script about going through a difficult period as a child. It's from the point of view of a 10-year-old boy. It was a script that as soon as I read it, I could visualize it, especially as he started sharing his family photos. He started telling me about the house he grew up in, everything that led to the writing of this script. And the fact that it was such a personal story also spoke to me. It's really difficult to be that open and vulnerable.
I actually came to Nona ensuring that the brownstone was a character in this film.
When he secured the location, I was like, well, we're golden.
Having my sister and my mom on set, and my mom actually in the cast, was a way to showcase this incredibly vulnerable and cathartic process. It was important for me as I was making this film for them to be present in that journey and to revisit this home as well, to kind of see the purpose it plays. A big thing this film does was speaking to Black families in Harlem and the ever-growing presence of gentrification. The kind of aftermath and the collateral of what happens when this Black family destroys themselves and goes through this divorce. That was a big part of revisiting the home.
Beautiful, Kyle, same stuff you've been doing. Gonna go in for a take, folks. And action.
This film is such an ambitious project in itself. That is just kind of a part of my personality, to kind of really, do the crazy, have my mom in the film, shoot at a home that I grew up in. It's all this stuff kind of culminating in one, but I think that's like the eye of the storm is kind of where I thrive.
With every set, you want to be as quick and as efficient as possible. What Camera to Cloud allowed us to do was move at a speed that was unprecedented. We were filming with Fujifilm's X-H2S cameras with an attached file transmitter. This allowed me to use the camera's native Camera to Cloud integration for Frame.io to send files directly to the cloud. This was not only Cam's directorial debut, but it was Fujifilm's Camera to Cloud film debut, and the first time it had been used on a film set.
Scene 2, Charlie, take 1, Mark.
To have that be the first and have it be so seamlessly impressive, for me, redefined what the standard should be for the industry. Really important aspect of this film for me was being completely in sync with my editor and my animator. My entire crew, my department heads, have the ability to just hop in and basically have another monitor and have all of your assets in one place and be able to assess, how does this look? How does that feel?
And that's a cut.
All right.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
relentlessly ambitious. In my mind, it's the power and the showcasing of this practice of vulnerable filmmaking. Treated with care and intention in that process, not only for myself as a filmmaker, but also the crew who's, building this world with me, and also, of course, for the talent who are in the thick of it, kind of watching it replay. Just while we're all here, I just want to thank everyone for being a part of this, building this vision with me, this crazy, ambitious, as you see till the end, idea and concept that I had. It's at the core of this film of this philosophical discussion of what is the reality of the American dream, how does that equate to the Black American dream, what is the perfect Black family, what is the perfect couple. It explores all of that, and I think that's crucial and what's so special and also beautiful about this kind of story, because you can, in these different fragments, explore the beauty within a family and those memories that they do have, and also the raw memories that they have. For me, I'm going to be processing this for a while, but it's an insane directorial debut, so wouldn't have been here without you guys.